What anime did I watch that I
So a few
cried
months
at?
ago, this guy got drunk at his house, right? And we're like texting. He's like, "Hey, bro, I'm watching like the Digimon movie or whatever."
Oh, that's right. No, this wasn't a few months ago. This was a few years ago.
No, it was also like a few months ago. I feel like you bring this up like every few months. I feel like
Because listen. Okay, so clearly we're talking about anime.
So,
but
the backstory for this particular story was he was watching Digimon. What was it called? The movie?
it was the tie-up movies for Digimon, like the first 2 seasons,
Like the original,
which came out in like the 90s and the 2000s. So anyway, I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but the ending of that first movie is heartbreaking, man. It's like I see my childhood melt in front of me. But anyway,
And he cried and he was like, he had
I wasn't
tears, bro.
sobbing my eyes out. I was like, oh, Agumon, like Well, you know what? Let me say this
Oh,
because
it's so funny.
I grew up. I think we both grew up.
Yeah.
When anime like really first started to make a move into America.
Yeah.
We were both living there at the time, and there was this corner on Cartoon Network called Toonami.
Yes.
And that was my first introduction to anime ever.
Yep.
And I still remember the blocking system. And that was, I would come home from school. The first show would be Sailor Moon. Okay? Sailor Moon, followed by Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
And then followed by Gundam Wing. It was those 3 shows
Yeah.
that first introduced me into
Anime.
And then later on, Adult Swim started putting anime in their stuff too.
Yep.
Which was the late night block of cartoons.
Right.
Yeah, those 3 have a special place in my heart. And then
Sailor Moon.
hey, it's a good story. I like Sailor Moon too. I like Sailor Moon. I like Dragon Ball Z. Later on the weekends on WB, they had Digimon, Pokemon.
And then they also added like Rurouni Kenshin, like
Rurouni Kenshin was on, I think, Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Rurouni Kenshin and Inuyasha, I think, were both at nighttime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was heavy in anime. I was also a big loser. No, honestly, I really was. So like, back then, liking anime was
not cool.
It was not cool. It was like for a bunch of weebs that, you know what I mean? Like, we're kind of like not the coolest people. Like, cool people in middle school and high school play football and like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we kind of grew up in like that era of like the old like American like.
Yeah, like the
I mean?
the classic, like the
like
classic
jocks and
traditional like cool guy. You got them, and then you got me carrying around my Rurouni Kenshin box set to school for some reason.
Did you really have one?
I was bringing because they had cool booklets and all these pictures, and I was like, and I had it imported from Japan because I don't watch dub first of all at all, unless it's Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon. Other than that, I don't watch any dubs at all. I hate dubbed anime.
Really?
Oh, Zoids too. I watch Zoids a lot.
I could watch there's only a handful of anime that I watch like that are dubbed.
Okay.
Like you said, DBZ. What was the other one you said?
Pokemon.
Rurouni Kenshin. I actually do
Absolutely not. Absolutely
I actually do like
not.
the dub version.
Oh, no.
And what else? Oh, Neon Genesis Evangelion. I could watch that dub too.
No, I can't do that. It's
one of my favorite animes
It's got to
of
be
all
in
time.
Japanese. So for me, for example, for Rurouni Kenshin and this thing about dubs. So you have like a samurai.
Yeah.
In like the Meiji era, the Meiji Restoration era, and he's like, this Hitakori Batosai, and he's like a badass killer, right?
Yeah.
And he's speaking English. For me, it's immersion breaking. I can't do that. It has to be in Japanese.
I mean, yeah, it depends on like the settings too.
And Digimon too. Like Digimon, for example, it takes place in Tokyo, and it doesn't make any sense to me that they would be speaking English. It doesn't work for me.
Okay, what about DBZ? They're like fighting in like.
I said DBZ. I watch in English.
I know, but I'm saying like they fight like.
They live in like some other realm, so it doesn't bother me that much.
Okay.
Plus, it's got to be. It's about the immersion for me.
Oh yeah.
You know what
Makes
I mean?
sense. Yeah.
And I guess Neo Genesis Evangelion. That still takes place in Japan, doesn't it?
Yeah,
in the
Neon
future.
Genesis. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just
Evangelion.
can't.
That's my all-time favorite.
And Pokemon takes place in the Kanto region, so I don't. so that's not in Japan. So I can watch that in English, I guess.
Yeah. But going back to like the topic of anime, like Cole said, like when we were younger and like we grew up watching anime, like. It wasn't like very well received amongst our peers. It was like, oh, dude, you're a loser. You're kind of like an otaku, dude. Like,
Ew, weeb.
Ew, yeah.
They didn't use otaku back then.
Yeah, but you dork.
Yeah.
Like, you're dork. You know what I mean? Like,
although I will say there was this one girl that was a huge anime nerd like me. She stole my Kaoru figurine from Rurouni Kenshin, and I was big pressed for a long time. But she used to like wear bunny ears to school and stuff like that. And I'm not shaming nobody, but like
Cosplay?
you run around the hallways like with your arms behind your back like Naruto and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I don't know, that's a little bit much, but yeah, I don't. I never really moved out of liking anime though. I still like it to this day.
I still watch
Although
it
now it's cool to like it. You know what I mean?
Like nowadays it's a lot more like well received.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean, like almost everyone watches anime. I think like 2021 or 2022, like the Demon Slayer, they came out with a movie. That was that Youngyeol that connected seasons 1 and 2, like the end of season 1 to the beginning of season 2. I think that's what the movie was about. But that movie was like the highest grossing movie of that year out of all movies that came out.
In the world?
In the world,
really?
yeah.
I don't know. Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was the highest grossing or like top 3. It was like, I was like, huh. I guess there are a lot of closet anime like lovers. Jesus. Like,
well, I'll tell you what though. Dragon Ball Z in particular, and Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super and all of that stuff that's come out now. I have met some people that I would never have imagined when I was a kid. Like, you can be like mean thuggin' and you watch Dragon Ball Z. It is insane. When Akira Toriyama, who recently passed away,
rest in peace.
I went on the Shade Room. You know, it's African American centered, like, you know, news. Yes. Everybody watches DBZ.
Yep.
When I was a kid, when I was growing up, I didn't feel like that was the case. Like, you know, and like, you know, I met there's some GIs I used to hang out with in Korea, and they're like, you know what I mean? They're like some hard ass, you know, military people, and they all watch Dragon Ball Z. I was like, where was this love when I was growing up? Because everyone looking at me and they were like, ew,
you loser,
you big dork, like, you know what I mean? Like, but we all like anime around here. I wanna just like we did with the games, top 5 animes of all time.
Okay, my top 5 anime list of all time. Interesting. Man,
you don't have to put it in order. Just like your top favorite animes.
Okay, in no specific order. Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay, respect.
Rurouni Kenshin, of course.
Okay, respect.
Legendary. I also like the Samurai X OVAs.
That's all the same thing though.
Yeah. Okay, that just like that as a whole. Naruto. I gotta put Naruto in there. Course.
I still haven't watched.
I can't. You've never seen Naruto.
I know what it is, but like,
it's so good.
I mean, I've been hearing that. One Piece too. I haven't seen that either.
One Piece. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I watched like maybe like the first like 200 episodes, and I haven't watched that.
200?
I still read the manga.
Oh my God.
But
Lord have mercy.
Where was that? I was at Naruto, Evangelion, Rurouni Kenshin, Jujutsu Kaisen.
What is that?
It's an ongoing anime right now.
Okay.
So good.
Okay.
Man, it's hard choosing top 5. What is another one that I like, that I really like? There's so many that I like.
Like he was calling me a weeb, and he's over here like, I can't pick from all my favorite animes. You could be kidding me.
Let me think about my last one. You go first.
Okay, well, first of all, I agree with you. Although I really do like Neo Genesis Evangelion. That's not going to be my top. Rurouni Kenshin is in there. Like I said, I was so in love with it, I was carrying the box set to school. Definitely that. Inuyasha is also in my top 5. I love Inuyasha. Like everything about it is just the fantasy, the whimsical, like historical aspects of it. I love it.
Oh, you know who you'd be in Inuyasha?
Who?
The little green goblin. You know what I'm talking about? The little, he's a bad guy.
The one that Jikan or something. He follows around Sesshomaru, but
yeah.
No.
And I'm Sesshomaru, bro.
Hell no.
What do you mean, bro?
You got this all twisted up. Anyway, Inuyasha,
Kenshin,
Rurouni Kenshin, Digimon.
Okay, Digimon, yeah.
I love Digimon. The first 3 seasons, series.
Yeah.
Let me think.
I got my last one.
What's your last one?
My last one is Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay, that's not bad either.
Yu Yu Hakusho is one of they had that on Toonami too, I think.
Yeah, they did. Oh, that was on Adult Swim.
Adult Swim, yeah.
Because it was kind of like
that might actually be my number one.
Who's the guy with the big American dude with the red hair?
Kuwabara,
yeah, that guy. I remember him.
That's you, dude.
And his hair, he looked like
Spirit Sword.
He looked like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead, but with red hair. Yeah. So, I'll definitely put up G Gundam.
Oh yeah.
G Gundam. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah, you like Gundam, yeah.
Yeah.
You always say you do.
And then, God, I'm trying to think.
Hold on. So you have Kenshin,
Rurouni Kenshin, Inuyasha, Digimon, G Gundam.
Your last one? DBZ? Maybe.
I used to really like DBZ. I really did. Like I was really into. I never got into Super, but DBZ.
You think so?
I put it up there. Yeah.